Since our last video on Reliance Jio, the telecom giant Reliance has seen some major changes. Not only Reliance is backed by Facebook, the social media giant, but it has also partnered with the likes of Google, Intel, and Qualcomm. While Facebook's and Google's investment in Jio is significant, the partnerships with Intel and Qualcomm are more strategic. The opportunities these partnerships bring are vast, and if any company in India knows its ways to the customer, well, it's certainly Reliance. But today let's discuss these partnerships and the Reliance Industries' expansion both in the Indian stock market as well as our lives. Before getting into the video, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also hit that like button as it helps us to grow and reach even further. So, without any further delay, let's get started. The digital revolution. It's no secret that the digital revolution in India was backed by Jio's entry into the telecom market.
Jio will give the power of data to each Indian to fulfill every dream and to collectively take India to global digital leadership.
Jio brought in attractive data plans at very competitive prices. Jio was able to do so because it was backed by the deep pockets of Reliance's oil business. From almost 10 telecom operators 5 years back, we now have only 3 major telecom companies. The weak players were either absorbed by other major players or they went bankrupt. In short, the competition in which Jio was competing is now left without competitors. Reliance at war with everyone? Now let's look at this chart. We see the competition in every area where Reliance is expanding. For every app that you use, Jio has an alternative for it. From Jio Money to Jio Meet to Jio Savan. And if by chance you are not using Jio's services directly, then maybe chances are you are using the Jio Fiber to surf and browse those other alternatives. If you are not using Reliance Retail, then maybe you are using Big Bazaar. Well, turns out now Reliance owns that too. Jio Mart, the next big ambition of Reliance to conquer the retail market of both the offline and online sectors. Reliance's recent acquisition of Future Retail brings the end of its biggest competitor in the retail segment. The offline stores and the supply chain of the Future Retail strengthen Reliance's position as the biggest and dominant player of the retail industry in India. Whether you are buying online medicines from NetMeds or watching your favorite TV shows on your cable network, chances are they are partially or completely owned Reliance subsidiaries. Jio offers the data packs at cheap rates, but it makes money from the services we use. In one way or the other, we are still paying those rates, we just don't realize it. The giant umbrella of Reliance. Reliance has built this ecosystem where your needs for other alternatives are minimizing. All of the apps and services provided by Reliance and Jio are under one big umbrella. This does seem to be good when we look from far, but the closer we get to it, we learn its disadvantages as well. Too much dependence on one company hurts the competition and creates a monopoly. The reason monopolies are not beneficial to consumers is because a true monopoly is un-capitalistic. As commonly known, competition within a market naturally drives prices down on goods and services, as providers try their best to win over potential customers. The problem with monopolies is that they corner their market so much so that they eliminate any competition. Without competition, all monopolies have an opportunity to push prices as high as they want, knowing the consumers have nowhere to go. Let's consider some examples. When we don't find the food of our liking on Swiggy, we may browse Zomato. If the network quality from Jio is not good in your area, you might use Airtel as the other option. The same goes for Amazon or Flipkart. We have that option, and options are good for the consumers. The two sides of expansion. There are both sides of the coin here. All these different platforms and companies coming under one big umbrella of Reliance Industries does have its advantages as well. The experience and the quality of the services may increase as they are all coordinating with each other. They can share the resources when needed. Also, it allows companies like NetMeds to compete with foreign tech giants. Small startups that may have failed if they were not backed by the expertise of Reliance. So, this does help smaller companies to stay in business in some way. But the bigger but is here, to what extent these mergers and acquisitions be allowed? If one big player acquires another major competitor, then where is the competition? We may not realize the need and importance of competition, but competition helps innovation and pushes companies to provide better services. Before Jio, Airtel and Vodafone dominated the Indian telecom, the data and calling rates were increasing day by day and there was no real competition. But when Jio entered, everyone started competing and providing better services at a cheaper rate. All this happened because the competition existed. This example can be applied to retail as well as the e-commerce industry. But if one company dominates in most of the sectors, then the competition faces huge danger. That's it for this video. If you have any thoughts that you would like to share, then let us know them in the comment section. We will be doing more of this type of video in the future, so stay tuned for that. Do hit the like button if you found this video helpful and also subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.